Let me tell you something most people won't. Winners aren't born with something special. They're built. In the shadows. In the dirt. In the silence where no applause exists. They bleed in practice so they don't die in battle. While others sleep, they're up grinding. While others scroll, they study, they sacrifice. Their friends call them obsessed. Good, let them. Because when life throws fire, winners don't run. They walk through it, laughing. Why? Because that's not the first fire they've seen. They've been burning for years and turning that pain into power. Winners don't wait to feel good. They don't rely on motivation. They've built disciplines so ruthless, so locked in, it shows up even on the days they don't want to. When their body says no, their mind says, shut up and go. You know how else winners are made? They fail. Loud, hard, publicly, and they rise louder. Where others feel shame, they find fuel. Where others run from mistakes, they shake hands with them. And learn so fast, the world can't keep up. And listen, there's one more thing winners do differently. They act. They don't wait for perfect. They don't need permission. They jump, build wings on the way down, fall, crash, rebuild, fly again. Because while the rest are still thinking about it, winners are already halfway through the war. They bleed in practice so they don't die in battle. That's how winners are made. Not in the spotlight. Not when the cameras are rolling or the world is clapping. Winners are built behind closed doors when the world is asleep and they're still grinding, still chasing, still pushing their limits. It's not glamour. It's grit. It's not luck. It's a lifestyle. Every rep, every early morning, every lonely night spent chasing a dream no one else can see. That's where the real transformation begins. While the average person hits snooze, the winner is already sweating, already journaling, already plotting their next move. They don't need loud music or someone screaming at them to move. Their fire is internal. It's not motivation. It's obsession. They're not interested in looking good for others. They're working on becoming unbreakable, unbeatable, undeniable. They practice harder than the battle itself so that when pressure comes, when life throws chaos, they don't fold. They rise. Pain doesn't stop them. Pain introduces them to the next version of themselves. Most people run from discomfort. Winners, they walk into it. They crave it. Because they understand this one truth: pressure doesn't crush diamonds. It creates them. So when it hurts, they smile. Because they know they're evolving. They know they're separating themselves from the 99% who only talk, only wish, only hope. They are doing. They rehearse when no one is watching. They train when no one believes. They prepare so viciously, so consistently, that by the time the world finally sees them, they make it look easy. But don't get it twisted. Nothing about it was easy. They paid the price. In sweat. In sacrifice. They missed parties, lost sleep, walked alone. But every step made them sharper, stronger, more focused. Winners aren't gifted. They're relentless. While others complain about not getting chances, they create their own. They don't wait for the perfect opportunity. They become the perfect person for any opportunity. That's the edge. That's the difference. When you bleed in practice, when you push yourself further than anyone expects, you don't just become strong. You become certain. Certain that no storm can shake you. No failure can break you. No setback can define you. Because you've already battled yourself. And you've won. Again and again. Most people are only tough when things are easy. But winners, they train for war when it's peaceful. They work on their mind, their body, their craft, every single day. No excuses. No distractions. Just pure hunger. And when they finally get to the stage, to the opportunity, to the challenge, they dominate. Not because they got lucky, but because they were ready. Ready from day one. Ready from the very moment they decided to stop living average and start living aligned. Aligned with greatness. Aligned with their potential. Aligned with the truth that nobody is coming to save them. And that's the best news ever, because it means it's all in their hands. The grind, the glory, the growth. It all starts when you decide that you're done bleeding for nothing, and you're going to bleed now. On purpose, so you never have to break later. Winners know the pain is temporary, but the pride lasts forever. So they bleed now. They suffer now. They sacrifice now, because later they'll stand undefeated. They choose discipline over motivation. That's the difference. That's the line between those who dream and those who deliver. See, motivation is loud and exciting, but it's also unreliable. It shows up when it wants. It comes with the weather, with the mood, with how well you slept last night. But discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline shows up every single day, whether you're tired, bored, broken, or busy. Winners are not moved by emotion. They're moved by commitment. They have made a decision that their goals are non-negotiable. And once they decide, nothing, absolutely nothing, gets in the way. They don't need hype. They don't need someone clapping for them. They don't need permission. Because winners understand that no one's coming to push them. So they push themselves. When it's cold, they still train. When it's dark, they still write. When it's hard, they still build. While others make excuses, they make moves. They've learned that consistency is the most powerful weapon on earth. Not talent, not luck, but showing up again and again and again, especially on the days they don't want to. The truth is, if you only work when you're motivated, you'll never be great. Winners know this. That's why they structure their life around systems, not feelings. A morning routine that starts before the world wakes up. Workouts that happen whether it's raining or shining. Goals that are reviewed and attacked daily. They operate like machines, like warriors on a mission, because they know success is not about doing it once. It's about doing it until it's done, until it's mastered, until it becomes who they are. They've trained themselves to stop negotiating with their mind, because your mind will lie. It will say, you're tired, when you're not. It will say, take a break, when you haven't even earned one. It will whisper, this can wait, when deep down, you know it can't. Winners don't listen to those voices. They override them. They've built a habit of doing what must be done, no matter what. That's discipline. That's power. While others are waiting to feel ready, winners are already moving. They know action breeds clarity. Action breeds energy. Action breeds momentum. Waiting for motivation is like waiting for lightning to strike twice. Winners create their own lightning every single day. They set the standard so high, it scares average people. But they don't lower it to make others comfortable. They raise it even higher. Every goal they hit, every level they unlock, comes from daily, focused effort. They understand that their future is being shaped by what they do right now, not what they hope to do someday. They have burned the bridge to procrastination, burned the excuse book. All that's left is work. Work with a purpose. Work that builds legacy. Work that builds self-respect. They're not perfect. They still have doubts. They still feel pain. But they show up. And that's what separates them from the crowd. Not genius. Not luck. Just a decision to choose discipline every single time. Because winners don't need to feel like it. They just do it anyway. They fail loud and rise louder. That's not a quote. That's a lifestyle. That's how winners are truly made. They don't hide from failure. They don't pretend to be perfect. They fall, and when they do, they fall hard in front of everyone. But here's the thing, they don't stay down. They get back up with fire in their eyes and a louder message. I'm not done yet. Most people fear failure like it's the end, but winners, they see it as the beginning of growth, the beginning of transformation, the beginning of something stronger, smarter, and more unstoppable. Every time they hit the floor, they gather data. They study the pain. They ask, what did this teach me? And then they rise, not the same, but better. The world often laughs at those who stumble. But winners don't care. They're not here to impress anyone. They're here to become someone, to evolve. And that evolution requires fire. It requires pressure. It requires setbacks, not once, not twice, but again and again, and still they rise, because they understand this truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the staircase to it. Winners embrace the humiliation, the rejection, the embarrassment. While others are hiding behind their pride, afraid to look weak, winners are in the arena. Bruised, bloodied, but still swinging. They wear their failures like armor. Every no they've heard, every door slammed in their face, every time they were counted out. They carry it with them as fuel. They don't shrink. They expand. They don't retreat. They reload. The average person tries once or twice and gives up. But winners, they keep showing up, over and over again, even when it hurts, even when it looks hopeless. They've developed a mindset so savage that failure doesn't destroy them, it builds them. Every fall sharpens them. Every stumble teaches them timing, patience, and endurance. They fail publicly, and they rise so high. Those same people who once mocked them now ask for advice. Because that's the twist. When you fail loudly, the whole world watches. But when you rise louder, the whole world listens. Winners don't care if they mess up, if they look stupid, if they fall short, because they know the only thing worse than failing is never trying at all. They live with courage, boldness, audacity. They chase big dreams, take big risks, and sometimes fall flat. But that's the price of greatness. You don't become elite playing it safe. You don't change your life by tiptoeing through it. They've developed an inner voice that says, I've been here before. I've hurt before. And I'm still here. Let's go again. That's resilience. That's unshakable belief. That's championship DNA. Every scar on their body tells a story, not of weakness, but of warrior spirit. When they fail, they don't cry, why me? They say, try me. Every time life knocks them down, they bounce back harder, faster, louder, because they've made peace with falling. It no longer scares them. What scares them is settling. What terrifies them is being average. So they risk it all. They climb. They fall. And then they rise again, louder than ever. They act while others hesitate. That's the game changer. That's the reason some people keep winning while others keep watching. Winners don't wait for the stars to align. They don't wait for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, or the perfect plan. They move. They execute. They leap even when the ground isn't visible, because they know success isn't about waiting. It's about acting, adjusting, and advancing. Action is their default. While the rest of the world is stuck in, what if? They're busy creating, what's next? Hesitation kills dreams. It robs people of opportunity. It feeds fear and buries potential. Most people hesitate because they're scared to fail, scared to look stupid, scared of being judged. But winners, they're not afraid of falling. They're afraid of regret. They know every second wasted in hesitation is a second stolen from progress. They'd rather fail fast and fix it than stand still and fantasize forever. Movement creates momentum, and momentum creates miracles. That's why they act. They don't overthink. They don't drown in analysis. Winners understand that clarity doesn't always come before action. Sometimes it comes through action. You figure it out while you're moving. You refine while you're building. But first, you start. That's the mindset that builds champions, leaders, legends. While others are stuck researching, planning, tweaking, they're already 10 steps ahead. Not because they're smarter, but because they dared to begin. Winners trust their instincts. They know they'll make mistakes, but they also know they'll recover, adapt, and grow faster than anyone else. Every move may not be perfect, but each step takes them closer to mastery. They take imperfect action with perfect intensity. Because hesitation is a prison and action is the key, the average person keeps saying, "I'll start tomorrow." But winners know tomorrow isn't promised. They act like time is running out. Because it is. Every day wasted in doubt is a day they could have been building. Every idea left in their head is a gift the world will never see. So they choose speed. Not recklessness, but bold, strategic speed. They don't ask for permission. They give themselves the green light. Fear visits everyone, but winners don't let it drive. They feel the fear and move anyway. That's power. That's courage. That's how they separate from the pack. It's not about waiting to be fearless. It's about acting despite the fear. They know confidence is not something you have before the action. It's something you earn by taking the action. So they jump, they risk, they build. While others are watching from the sidelines, they're making history on the field. Winners act like they're already the person they're trying to become. They don't wait to feel ready. They decide they are ready. That shift, that internal flip, is what opens the floodgates of transformation. When others are still doubting, still hesitating, still making excuses, they've already launched, already failed, already learned, and already improved. That's why they win. Not because they always get it right, but because they start when others are still thinking. They take action, big, bold, relentless action, and they keep going, again and again, because that's the only way to grow. That's the only way to lead. That's the only way to win. And now, if there's one thing you take from all of this, let it burn into your soul. Winners are not chosen, they are created, crafted, forged in the fire of resistance, born through relentless decisions, and shaped by moments most people run away from. While the world keeps waiting for the right time, the right feeling, the right plan, winners go. They go when it's hard. They go when it's uncertain. They go when it's lonely, because the true magic isn't in the waiting. The true magic is in the doing. You don't need more chances. You don't need more motivation. You need a decision, a commitment so fierce that nothing, not time, not fear, not failure, can stop you. You don't become a winner by sitting still, hoping for a breakthrough. You become a winner by standing up and becoming the breakthrough. You get tired. You keep going. You get knocked down, you rise harder. People doubt you. Let them. Let their doubt fuel your domination. Let their silence echo in the halls of your comeback. Remember, no one is going to hand you a crown. No one is going to call you and say, "It's your turn now." You've got to take it. You've got to wake up and claim the life that's been waiting for the strongest, most focused, most determined version of you. And that version isn't found in comfort. That version is revealed in the fire. That version is born when you say, "I'm done waiting, I'm done wishing, I'm done blending in." You rise. You roar. You go all in. The world isn't asking for another average story. The world is craving someone brave enough to go first, bold enough to fail loud, disciplined enough to keep going, and hungry enough to turn every no into a new level. Let that be you. Let this be your line in the sand. No more hesitation. No more fear running the show. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too broken. You are just one obsessed decision away from changing your entire life. You think winners never had doubts. You think they never felt weak. Every champion, every legend, every icon you admire, they started right where you are, questioning themselves, battling fear, fighting to believe, but they kept moving, they kept showing up, they kept punching holes in the walls between who they were and who they were becoming. And if they could do it, so can you. You don't need permission to rise. Give yourself the green light now. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for, what you sweat for, what you bleed for in the quiet hours when nobody sees. That's what makes a winner, not the trophy, not the title. It's who you had to become just to earn it. The grit, the grind, the refusal to quit, the daily war with yourself to stay focused, to stay faithful, to stay hungry. Right now, someone out there is living the life you dream of. The only difference, they stopped hesitating and started acting. You have the same power, the same fire. It's in you. It's been in you. It's time to unleash it. No more doubting. No more waiting. The clock is ticking and greatness isn't going to wait for you. You either step forward into the storm and claim your destiny, or you sit back and keep telling stories about what could have been. So what's it going to be? Because this is how winners are made. Through fire, through failure, through focus, through fearless action. And if you're ready, really ready, then stop saying you want it and start proving it. Right here, right now. Go make your name echo in history. Let the world know you were here.